Okay, we're talking science. And for the month of June, Royal City Science is hosting a tour exhibit on climate change and so many more things. So to learn more about how you can take action on climate change is co-founder Joanne O'Meara. And Joanne, you know a good friend of ours who's a regular on the show, the great Orbax.
I do, yes. Orbax and I are both co-founders of Royal City Science. We've been working together on that project for the last 4 years and longer than that as both faculty and staff members in the Department of Physics at the University of Guelph.
Amazing. Yeah, we love the great Orbax. Where are we at when it comes to science?
Yeah, so we're talking about a great exhibit that we're hosting in Guelph for the month of June. It's called Our Climate Quest, and it's put together by Science North, that amazing team in Sudbury, and it's all about climate change and what Canadians can do to take action. Canada has pledged to be net zero in greenhouse gases by 2050, which is an ambitious goal, but there's lots that we can do as individuals to try and reach that.
What type of exhibits do they have just to kind of show that? Have you gone through it?
Yeah, actually Friday was a PD day in Guelph, so my younger daughter and I went and we played around, and just like everything the Science North does, there's lots of great interactive hands-on fun activities to play with, lots of video explanations and games to play. One that we really liked was all about food production and the environmental impact of food production. So there's a display, it's kind of like a menu at a fast food restaurant, and you are putting together your rice bowl or your wrap, and with each ingredient that you're adding, add your protein, add your vegetables. There's a little drop-down menu that tells you all of the resources that are involved in making or producing that ingredient. The land needed, the water needed, the energy. So you put together your meal, and then at the end you get a little bit of a report about the resources required to actually make that meal.
Did you learn something?
Yeah, I totally did. I'm a physicist, so this isn't my area of expertise, but it was definitely, I was quite surprised at the land use required for corn, for example, the water required for avocados to make your guacamole. It was very informative, but also super fun. There was also a nice tabletop example of carbon dioxide produced by different everyday activities. So it's like a teeter-totter balance. On the one side, you put a block that represents, say, for example, taking a 1,000-kilometer airplane trip, how much carbon dioxide is produced by that. And then on the other side, you're balancing it with trees. How many trees would you need to plant to remove that carbon dioxide from the atmosphere in a given year? So a 1,000-kilometer trip, so that would be Toronto to Halifax. How many trees do you think you would need to balance that carbon dioxide?
100.
Good guess. I had no idea either before I played with it.
Yeah.
It's 20. So
okay.
It's really tactile. You're like, here's another one, here's another one, here's another one. So 20 trees to balance that carbon dioxide. My daughter also liked how many trees would balance get a new smartphone. Turns out the answer is 2 or 3. So she's like, I'll plant 3 trees. Yeah. You can get me a new phone.
So it's just not for kids. It's for everybody, young and old. But it is getting kids excited about science. Yes. When did you get excited about science?
I've always been excited about science, and I think honestly, so I do a lot of programming for people of all ages, from 4 to 104, and I think we are all innately scientists. I think when you interact with kids, the main thing is why. Like, why is the sky blue? Why is, why everything? And
it's asking that question of why, and then trying to find out the answer.
Trying to figure it out. We're all innately curious. We're all naturally curious, and somewhere along the way we kind of lose that. And so our organization, Royal City Science, is all about fostering that curiosity and keeping it going through life. And the best way to do that is through fun and engaging hands-on activities.
And your goal is to what?
Our goal is to build a science center. So it's bold, for sure.
In southwestern Ontario.
In southwestern Ontario, yeah. So really, when you think about all of the major issues that are facing us as a species, the whole planet, climate change, pandemics, access to clean drinking water, feeding 9 billion people, all of those things and many more require science, technology, engineering, and math, or the STEM disciplines, to help try and find those solutions. So we want to encourage those questions, that curiosity in everybody, to help try and find those creative solutions. So in Ontario, there are 2 amazing places to go to learn about these things in a fun way outside of a classroom, and those are the Ontario Science Centre in Toronto and Science North, the amazing people who are behind this exhibit in Sudbury. Sudbury.
Okay.
But those are hard to get to for a lot of people in this province. So we want to build one for Southwestern Ontario.
Appreciate your passion. That's what we need. This is on all month. Where is it?
It's at the Harcourt United Church in Guelph.
Okay.
They're open Wednesday to Sunday for everybody. And you can go to royalcityscience.ca. You'll find out more there.
Yay.
Teachers can book class visits. There's different workshops
We've got to go.
do.
We'll hook this up with our website, chch.com/morninglive. Thanks, Joanne.
Thank you.
Say hi to the great Orbacks for us.
I will.